Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, December 18th, and we are 1 week away from Christmas Day. So it is, there's a lot of traffic around here. I am off from my job for the week, but I wanted to talk to you today. You'll see the title of this, Time for a Breakthrough. This is the time of year when we start to think about the things we did do well in 2018 and things that we need to change in 2019. And it may be that you've been stalling and everything's on the back burner. Your dreams are on the back burner. And so let's talk about the breakthrough and some of the things that might be holding you back. So I want to look at my bullet list here. In spite of feeling a passion towards this career, you're not taking the steps to go forward. We're going to talk about the number one reason why. Okay, and I'll list these. Others see more potential in yourself than you see. And I saw this in a friend of mine who we would go eat lunch like every other week or once a month. And we'd go to our favorite seafood place in northern Florida, and we worked at the same place, but you can't have these discussions there about what your hopes are for the future and what you want to do. And I talked about giftings and knowing what your gifts are, and she said, I've never even thought about that. And I said, but you have gifts that I see. And she goes, I have never even thought about that. But see, that goes, and I told her what some of her gifts are. You would never meet a more kind person than this girl. Never. Has a heart to this day of gold. And so she didn't see it, but that's usually what happens is other people will say, you're so good at blah, blah. Take note of those times, or ask people that are very kind people, they're not going to be jokesters, but that are close to you, what they see in you, like that might be giftings, or that you might be good at, that they know of, that know you well. You believe that others have held you back or hindered you in some way. Well, I used to make an excuse though like this and say that I wasn't being supported enough, and so it was their fault, not mine. But I had to get to a point where I had to stop playing the blame game on, placing that blame on other people. And yes, what I was saying was correct about them not supporting me. But what was I going to do with that then? Am I going to keep, just yammering away at their lack of support, or am I going to do something about it? You feel stuck. You're worried that what if you do this and you embarrass yourself? There's so many things that stop us from going forward. I'll tell you what the number one thing is shortly. You've given up on something that you really feel led to go towards. That is your purpose in life. But there's something in your past that you're saying is keeping you from going forward. It could be trauma. It could be abuse. Again, it could be that lack of focus or support. Or one time, one of my cousins said to me, why didn't our parents push us to go to college? Well, our parents, I can tell you why, and we had this discussion, the most important thing. That was an achievement. Going to college wasn't in their, that viewfinder. It wasn't in there for them, for most of them. Only one person from that generation in my family went to college. Scholarship. So I think my mother would have been college, a person to go on to school, but it wasn't even, women back then weren't even looked at as college material. There were some that were going, but it depended on what type. God has a special purpose and plan for you. And so your mother and father and your grandparents, what their vision for you is, doesn't matter. So it's time to go forward, okay? Um, you allow fear to control your decisions. And I have to tell you that the number one reason people don't move forward is because of fear of pain and what they might experience as they move forward and start to see that maybe they don't measure up in certain areas. Well, you can learn how to measure up in those areas. So let's go over some more. You're not, and this is one of these issues, you're sidestepping that. You're not learning, you're not researching, you're not reading, and you're not taking my class, Paralegal Inner Circle class. You're not getting the book to get an insider's view of this career to see if it's even for you or not. Maybe it's not for you. So your talents that you have, and you may not even think you have talents, but I'm telling you, he has given you gifts to use. Your talents, what are they? Have people made comments to you as to what they could be or what they are? And you've kind of discounted it and not paid attention, but you remember what they said. You don't know your life purpose. Well, a lot of people don't know that. And then that's when you start moving forward and you find out, is this for you or not? What is it that, what I saw was that people were coming to me for advice all the time. That's why I do what I do now. And mentoring is what I do here. And so I knew that God put that in me, but I didn't want to do it for many years. And there was fear involved in that. You would say, why would you be fearful of mentoring? Listen, when you're trying to go to your path and your purpose, there'll be a lot of blockages and boulders and barriers in front of you. And learning how to overcome those is a huge part of this journey. And that's what I had to do. And here's one that is very typical. You speak in negative terms about yourself. Look, there's plenty of people who will speak negativity over you, but you don't have to do it. So stop that negative talk about yourself. And let's start inside lifting yourself up, because he adores you. He totally adores you. So now the last one is you're waiting on everything to be perfect before you jump in. You cannot look at it that way. You have to jump in, and jump in with fear. Jump in with fear alongside you. Do it afraid. Make that you're saying to yourself, I'm doing this even though I might experience pain and I'm afraid. Okay, so the breakthrough comes when you overcome all those areas I mentioned. So the excuses come with, I don't have time, I don't have money. Nobody here, not on this channel, is saying that you have to go spend money on school to get in this career. My spouse is holding me back, my kids are holding me back. Look, the only person holding you back is you. And once you own that, you can start moving forward. I don't have the right background. I had a high school diploma when I went in this field 28 and a half years ago. I had been a stay-at-home mom. I was in a bad job, right, and started moving forward. I didn't know if I was going to stay in it or not. I learned that as I went and figured that out. It didn't have to figure all that out right beforehand. You don't. You start taking those initial steps. I don't have connections, neither did I. That's an excuse. I'm not a good communicator. Well, you do have to talk on the phone and talk with people. So, it's not that I'm an extreme extrovert. I'm a combo, introvert, extrovert. So, all right, guys, hope this was helpful. We're all in the same boat in this. We all have things that we have to overcome. Today's the day, this time frame right here, between now and New Year's, time for a breakthrough. What are you going to do to change that? And I hope you join us in the Paralegal Inner Circle class in January. I'd love to have you. And I will put, you can look at some previous videos, like go back about 3 videos. You'll see links That will take you to not only the book I wrote, but it will take you to my website and go to the class Paralegal Inner Circle class info, okay? And get on the wait list. All right, so I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good one. See you then. Bye.